What is good, everyone? Welcome back to another TNAIW reaction. My name is G or Jeff, whatever. This is going to be an off-the-rails episode because alongside me for reaction is the Jay Rich to my Steve Nash. It's it's LUCHA. It's LUCHA, everybody. What's going on, my dude? Oh, shit.
What's happening?
Oh, not much. Oh, shit moment because the nonsensies were playing on accident already. Well, there you go. This is a reaction. We wanted a reason to pop on before the New Year's Eve and not only deliver our awards, our 4th annual nonsensies, just to shoot the shit with each other, catch up. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Answer your comments. Not going to be a long show, just a fun show, and obviously off the rails. But LUCHA, we haven't talked we've talked, but not like this in a bit. A lot going on in Impact. We give our nonsensies away. We talk about the Impact Awards. We have some comments hitting things, but just the one thing that comes to your mind, what are you most excited, I don't know about to talk about, but at least about going on in TNA right now?
The fact that this is the last day, we gotta refer to them as such. So, because as far as I'm concerned, as soon as 2024 hits, it's no longer Impact and we're full TNA.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So
yeah, so
yeah, man. Yeah, TNA. I gotta get used to that. It's really weird. Maybe that's why I didn't
we're here.
Yeah, we're here. But man, let's start off really quick with just knocking out the 4 awards that they announced on this last one. For those who aren't watching the end of the year stuff or are not up to date, we have Alex Shelley taking the Male Wrestler of the Year award. I'm going to knock these out really quick and then we can just say our overall opinion. Bayley back-to-back taken it again this year as X Division star and Match of the Year with him and Ospreay. And then Moment of the Year is what we already talked about. TNA, we're back. So your thoughts on those? I mean, how do you debate them, really? But
I mean,
or do you?
Because when I saw Alex Shelley won Male Wrestler of the Year, I was like, yeah, wait.
Who would you went with?
I don't know if I would have went with Josh, but I can. If you would have told me I had to prepare a case for Josh Alexander to win that over Alex Shelley, I would have.
It's fair.
Even though Alex Shelley beat Josh.
Right.
I guess it's a good thing they don't pay me to make a case.
There you go, right? Look, we'll hand out our nonsensies, and I think we kind of had the same vibe with some of them. Well, I don't want to jump ahead, but I thought about that too. It's funny, and I thought that's the one that you would wince at because you could make a play for Josh. He's the standard, right?
Yeah.
But Shelley held it down, man. We were in a really weird spot with that whole Josh injury, Macklin taking it, then him versus Kushida, and then Macklin doesn't get that payoff, and then he loses it, and then he gets injured right away. So there was a weird clusterfuck of shit that happened right there.
I mean, could we argue that maybe there should have been a tie and we should have just gave it to both Machine Guns? Because
Male Wrestlers of the Year
is a tie.
Screw that tag team thing. We got a tie. Well, what do you guys think? I thought they, generally done pretty well with these. How did they come up with it? It's just the booking committee. How do they do this?
Survey Monkey.
Do they really?
I think so.
Oh,
I think they put these out. You know what I'm saying? I missed the boat on this year.
Me too, man. But what we didn't miss the vote, the vote or the boat on this year was the nonsensies. Want to hit those up. We're going to announce 3 of them. We'll talk about the previous year winners. If you guys are new to this show, this is just for us and the crew. And usually we have videos, and this year we really didn't get to it, man. We got a lot going on, everyone, and we didn't happen. So it didn't happen. But LUCHA's here. We're going to announce them. We did get the vote from everyone, from Io to Bert to Data to Johnny, and even Twitter.
Fucking Johnny Mac.
Johnny coming through. Speaking of that, Hard to Kill review party live January 14th, twitch.tv/TNAIW channel. We take away the ugly sweater. The chat gets lit up. Join the chat. It's a good time. Johnny will be here. And maybe another guest. On top of LUCHA. Literally on
What?
top of it. Yeah. All right.
Wait.
Heavy. Who wears the crown? All right. Let's get into this. Let's announce our first one, which is Forbidden Guest. And dare I say it is fitting that he takes this. If I can play it. There we go. It's the one and only. It's Will Ospreay. He takes it. He is on the... Let me do my work here. On the list from 2020, we didn't have one when we started this, but 2021 was Christian Cage, followed by Jay White, and now Will Ospreay as Forbidden Guest of the Year. Lucha, I think you went with Kushida. Is that what the face for?
Yeah. I wouldn't. This was not my vote personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, I ain't mad at it. I just feel like Kushida was the better guest.
Another guy who held down the fort for us for a longer period of time, man. Especially with, look, we just mentioned it with Macklin and Kushida having to step up there into a main event role for us. So arguments can be made, but as far as him being match of the year and then him taking Forbidden Guest, kind of makes sense. We'll take the poetic justice of that. All right, number 2, what do we got here? It is the... drum roll, watch it never plays. Impact Plus Special of the Year. Now, Lucha, this is one that you came up with the selections for the Twitter poll because I'm bad with this shit. But we had 8. You chose 4. Against All Odds takes it. And I think pretty handily. I think Twitter agreed. I think Victory Road got 1. But
yeah.
You remember Against All Odds? Can you remember the card? Or?
I remember, I think... was that Magnus? Damn. I think that was Nick Aldis versus Kenny King.
I think it was. That was the opening match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shelly out of nowhere won the strap.
Yeah. There you go.
Against All Odds.
Again, there you go. It was a good show.
And the thing that I noticed, like, I mean, honestly, as far as the plus shows go this year, it was kind of a year. Because you had Against All Odds, Victory Road.
Emergence was good, I think.
Emergence was good.
And then we had
Under Siege.
Under Siege was good. That was another one we could have voted for. And then Final Resolution was...
Resolution was a whatever because it was the UK show. It was a good show, but
right.
There was no, like, there wasn't, like,
continuity and build.
Yeah, no meat on it. Turning Point, same thing.
Right. So I think so would you agree with this? You voted this?
Yeah, I voted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, this 2023 Impact Plus, Against All Odds, taking that, it goes with 2020, we didn't have one. 2021 was Knockouts, Knockdown. 22 was Emergence, and then this was Against All Odds. So again,
I'm waiting for the first 2-time winner.
Right, as far as that goes. Now, I do have some interesting notes as far as how many non-sensies people have won. But if you're wondering and keeping track at home, if you were on the main card in any capacity for any of those events, you got a non-sensie.
Sure.
All right, but at the end of this, we will claim 2 5-time non-sensie winners at the very end. I do have that. Yeah, look at that. All right, let's name one more here, and then we'll get into reality. Well, here you go. Kushida getting his flowers. Motor City getting theirs. Time Machine taking Faction of the Year. I know there was an argument for Rascals, and I get it. And I know I'm going to pass it off to you, but my thinking behind that was more of a ladder in 23. Faction, I think, of more than just 2 dudes, but I guess DX was a faction with just 2 dudes, unless Hornswoggle counted. But you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like these 3 dudes held down the world, X Division, in all different capacity, and tag throughout 2023.
Hell yeah. Like,
hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
Like, I mean, first off, Motor City Machine Guns, that's all I really got to say.
Right.
And, you know, their list, their 2023 speaks for itself. And, I mean, look at Kushida. He was #1 contender for the X belt because he won Ultimate X. Boom, exactly. Already. And let's not forget, he challenged for the world title.
Against Macklin.
Yeah, he didn't win, but, I mean, he held it down. Time Machine held it down.
Even though he should lose some points for being the one that took Josh out, right?
But what gives him points back was that he ended the year by getting the job.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. A second.
And it would have been perfect if the damn graphic would have popped up right there as I said it.
Timing. No, it didn't work.
Kylan
King's the one to watch, though. More on her later. But just for those, again, who are keeping track, 2020, we didn't have one. I think we only had maybe 2 awards in 2020. 2021 was Decay, and 2022 was Honor No More, and now Time Machine as our third entrant.
22, I voted Bullet Club. It was bullshit.
Honor No More, got it. I will say it's really funny when I'm doing the tallies for this and seeing the 3-timers, Matt Taven, being up there. It's pretty interesting. Hey, Golden Tongue, he earned it that year. No one else was talking.
Did he, though?
No one else was talking, man. Hey, that is one thing I will say. Speaking of which, we all talk about creative and we like stuff outside of the ring. We couldn't do favorite pastime this year. The Treehouse was our 20 winner. Swingers Palace was 21 and Swingers Dungeon was 22. We didn't have any segment. Maybe Gresham and Hannafan. You know, Hannafan always had those interviews, but we didn't really.
We need segments like we need At the Crib with Jordan and John. Completely detached from what actually happens on TV. I guess maybe they can talk about their respective angles and shit.
Yeah, man.
But I need it presented in like a fucking reality show. Like,
hey, TNA Plus can handle some content. So let me get my 220s worth. Come on, Jordan. Give me the house of. We got think on it. All right, but before that, I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is just fun, and I hope during the holiday season you guys can appreciate this.
DWI, Pro Wrestling Intimacy.
My mind just went somewhere. My mind went back to that whipped cream and sprinkles picture. Sorry, Jordan.
Yep.
Whoop. Forever imprinted. But yeah.
Save to gallery.
So let's have some fun. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, keep watching. Guys, the amount of likes, and I know I say that and they're going to go down this week, but the amount of likes and the amazing watch time that you guys dedicate to these shows, I appreciate you guys. I love you, and thank you. Keep spreading this one word at a time, one fan at a time, one friend at a time. And if you don't like the shenanigans and nonsense you see here, make sure you check out all the other great Impact Wrestling, soon to be TNA Wrestling podcast out there. But let's get to the comments. We start off with our buddy Millard, Parkside 15. Is that Buddy the L for G? Hey, that was from Reaction. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to TNAIW staff and fans of the show. Another great reaction show like always, Geoff. I'm hearing different rumors about who's coming into Hard to Kill. One name I pray that it isn't is Goldberg. We don't need another old geezer on the roster. P.S. No disrespect to old geezers. No disrespect taken. Yeah, man. I know there's 2 that roll into here. First of all, Millard, I know we'll end with your comment as well. So not to blow over yours, but thank you. Happy Holidays. Merry Christmas to you, buddy. Happy New Year's. I want to wait on your reaction to that quick, Lucha. Because I know Roger Pace is back, and he says, my guess is it could be Goldberg or Mercedes that signed. I hope TNA could bring in Dana Brooke and Tennille Dashwood. Let's break that up and stick with Goldberg first. If Goldberg's music, drums hit, sparklers, how do you feel?
First off, I'm hyped because, you know, if Goldberg's in the building, that means one thing. Pyro.
Okay.
So that means we got Pyro back. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah. No, but real shit. It reminds me, fucking shout out to Mike G. He had posted a tweet about Goldberg versus Moose. Atlanta Falcons legends head toe to toe. Live from center stage.
I'm good on it. But I appreciate the sentiment.
With the crowd chanting ATL ho.
Bro,
because thanks to a lot of people in the Atlanta crowds, ATL ho was a chant at center stage. So just set that whole stage up.
And you're saying for the big signing, legitimate. We're serious here.
I don't want it.
Okay. Because if we're just there for that, which great moment, that'd be cool. Do we want that as the big signing they're hyping? Okay.
Nah.
No, I agree.
Because it's like, how Goldberg is down, is in, out, boom, boom. Who's he squashing? We really gonna sit here and let him squash Josh Alexander like that?
Right.
We really gonna sit here and let him do Jake something like that? No, fuck that.
No, I don't think it is.
Moose would be entertaining.
Yeah.
That would be funny because Moose is that dude and he could sell it.
Fair. But it's not it.
I hope not.
That's not the move. Real quick, Dana and TNAIW would be her second round. If she comes in a tag team, situation, I'm cool with it. Dana Brooke, maybe they come together. I don't know if it's supplementing the tag teams, but I'm not gonna pray for it. I will pray for the no Goldberg. But as far as Mercedes, I know the next one might have something to do with that as well. It's our buddy Chris Zaletta. What's up, Chris? Him saying to me that Lucha and I've kind of reminded each other not to close the door on Mercedes over the past 6-7 months. I fully believe there was a chance that Mercedes was showing up at Hard to Kill. I still stand on that. Thank you, buddy. So overall, Lucha, we've talked about this for about a year and a half or whatever it's been. Maybe it's been less. That we've been predicting her to come in. It just felt right and makes sense. The history's there, whatever. Now it's 12/30, spoiler, 2023. Do you still have that feeling? Do you still want that to happen? And would you be okay if that was the big signing?
Would I be okay? Yes. Is it what I want? Also, yes. But I'm also like, I'm not at the point. I'm still at my same like 10, 15% or whatever it was when I first, poisoned y'all's mind with this whole shit. But until she shows up elsewhere, we still got a shot. And the fact that she hasn't shown up elsewhere yet.
Right.
And we are where we are, and we know what we know.
And who's in the company?
All I gotta say, it's too perfect for her not to show up at this point. I don't know how clearer they can put it.
Yeah, it makes sense now. There are a lot of suitors out there, so you are literally throwing the bag at her. No, she is that girl from Star Wars.
Hell yeah, that girl from the Star Wars.
Sassy
Benz.
Mercedes Guerrero. So she demands that bag, and if she does, she's your Josh's 1A to 1B, right? Even though Trinity has made a great play for there's so many people that it's obviously a team effort, but you're paying her. She needs to be that person. I think she could be.
That's the Kurt Angle level signing.
Right. Or we've been saying it for weeks, like fill out your people with Trent Sevens or Kushitos and all these good people that are solid hands, and obviously could be more where you need them, utility players. But wait for that big Christian-like signing, and if she's it, I'm not going to complain. But I think it's very probable that it is her, especially with Jordan. Look, I think there was a comment last week saying, oh, if Jordan loses or Jordan wins, Trinity's out. But wouldn't it be interesting if Jordan turns heel and wins and then Mercedes comes out? Or wonder if Trinity wins and Mercedes. So there's all different ways that it could still play with, I don't know. I just think, or she makes the save. Jordan snaps and goes after her afterwards. So I don't know. I know it's simple, but there's so many opportunities that are already there laying out for that to happen that too good not to be true. I don't know.
It's too perfect. Just like someone else who I'm sure we'll talk about this guy later on. I'll just leave it at that.
Let's see. Next up is Shadowlane's 29. Hey, got it. It's fine to announce re-signing of top talent, but it is a bit cringe to make a big deal about re-signings of Eddie and Myers, who are just mid-carders at this point. I'm going to break this up because that face is what I... Now, look, we talked about this, Lucha. I'm not very good with social media in the sense of, I don't know... My self-awareness level on social media is not as good as it is in real life. So I might have told this person to go find another company. But I meant it in this. If you're finding this to be a re-signing picture, I think that's all they put is Impact re-signs or TNA re-signs Eddie Edwards or Impact or TNA re-signs Myers. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If that is a big deal to you and you're nitpicking that and calling it cringe, just pack it up, my friend. Because you're obviously not gonna, they didn't make a big deal out of this. They didn't roll out the red carpet. They put a fucking picture up, right?
And honestly, that's a crime because they should have done all that. Because first off, it's Eddie Edwards. You know what I'm saying?
The
That's
franchise.
that dude exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's our dude.
Yeah. No,
and then Brian Myers has come a long way from the fucking learning tree days. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. We got to put a little more respect on both of their names.
Yeah.
And Eddie Edwards is my best friend. Yeah. So fuck all that.
Man, I'm going to be real. Brian Myers had me for a while. Since we saw him fall asleep in the ring after, what was it? When we were in, it was a Slammiversary, whenever we went to the show.
Yeah.
But no, I get what you're saying, man. It's, yes, we should still make big deals because re-signing our own talent is not always a given. Let's say that first and foremost.
Especially with this with this history.
Yeah. So to keep great players in there and still get buzz every day, I thought that was important to do. And it's not like they put a candle in their ass and we're fucking dancing around. They just said, hey, we signed them and here's a little thing on it, and still give them their flower. I don't know. I just thought that was nitpicky. But for the Ultimate X, I don't think they bring in any new knockouts to be put in a match like that. Yeah, I said that on the last reaction. I just feel like it would be a good opportunity. They're not pre-announcing it. Yes, they have a big enough roster already, but this is the place where you at least use a Mickey who hasn't done it before, or you announce you re-sign Deanna, and this gives her she finally gets to do an Ultimate X because she wasn't able to last time.
Yeah, she was too busy being the fucking champ.
Right. Who also said this is the best locker room she's ever been around, which, hey, once again, if you need to spread your wings, you spread your wings, but it's home. I just think
no, she was on that TNA Plus launches January 5th poster.
I know, and Trinity is not on the TNA Plus thing, so I don't want to think like that because I'm hoping Trinity stays too. But real quick, we've had as soon as Ultimate X came out, we had a little back and forth texting. We both automatically thought someone was going to debut in this match. We might be wrong, but we both thought that. I think that this is a great opportunity for Camille to come in, which I think would be a big get. And you, of course, said, I'm not down. I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying that you at least had a different perspective as well. He said Ronda Rousey. I'll say it. Which, hey, man, to each their own.
Look, Ronda in Ultimate X is a sight I have to see with my eyes.
I'm not shitting on a one-time Ultimate X thing. I'm just saying, like a Camille, a long-term get would be cool, and Ronda's not a long-term excitement for me.
I mean, she... not necessarily not long term, but not necessarily short term. Like, we'll for sure get like a Good Brothers level run out of Ronda lengthwise.
And we got to pay for that music.
But you know me. I'm still waiting for them to pay for Brass Monkey for Speedball.
Fair. Maybe Dale and Serge can lay something out for her. No, but
I'm fine with that too.
Well, look, real quick. So my point wasn't to say, oh, you said Ronda and laugh, but I did anyways. It's just to say that, look, we text each other just saying Ultimate X happened, and we both had two different perspectives on who it could be, and both were just someone being different that's not with the company. So I don't know. I think there's people's minds can go to different places, but I also think you can't just say, boom, there's not going to be someone in there. Because, hey, I mean, that's a fun get.
And I mean, like, think about it. You already said two people who technically are still with the company, right? Deanna and Mickey, if they bring them back. And then me on the other side of the coin, I'm like, Tasha Steelz is going to be in there because she won the first one.
Right.
So, she's going to try to, 2 times the flavor.
Yeah.
How many people are going to be in the Ultimate X today?
I say 5.
I feel like they'll pull a fast one on us and do
Do a sick.
a three person.
Oh shit, just a small. I'm thinking it's going to be one of those things where they start slowly in the next week say this person qualified, or that not qualified, but Tasha is
Danny Luna,
declaring into the thing.
Giselle.
We'll see though. All right, we're going to be way over time.
Fucking Jody Threat.
There's a lot of players, man. There's a lot of cards still to fill out too, and I think that's one of the things. But let's do some positive stuff. Let's get into the nonsensies. Let's name a few of those really quick. All right. My voice is going, your voice is going. It's a good time.
Mine's gone.
Yours gone. Oh, there we go. There's your mistletoe to toe, a new nonsensie this year. So rivalry of the year going to Edwards and Kazarian. I think that's fitting. There's one that I didn't forget that I didn't even nominate. Gresham and Bailey. They had a lot of bangers. And totally totally went out the roof there. But Edwards and Kazarian, I'm cool with that. For sure.
Yeah, they fought a lot this year, so they honestly better at won it. But it was still a good rivalry. The
Kowalski,
killer. Yeah. And then the other type of match they did that was like it was a weird stipulation.
The main event, the 3 falls thing.
Yeah. That was fire too.
Yeah, it had a name. I forgot what it was. Killer match or whatever. All right. Let's go to the next one. Let's keep this in a good time. Jingle Jangle of the year. So we have best rivalry. Now we have best theme. Of course, going to Joya. Because Joya, come on.
Baby, can I get a Joya?
Can I get a Joya? Rightfully deserved.
They had a dance. So you kind of can't compete with that. Although, Stripper Kenny.
Oh, right. Individual songs.
And Edge's bitch. Triple platinum.
Really quick, this makes Joe Hendry, we'll go into the final thing, but a 2-time Jingle Jangle winner of the year. He won last year as just his own. Before that was Chris Bay, and in 2020 we did have one. We had Moose. But Joe Hendry, the first 2-time winner of the Jingle Jangle as well, and rightfully deserved. And no, not to spoil anything, but next up is, if I'm not mistaken, the Golden Tongue? It's the Golden Tongue, Joe Hendry, for all the aforementioned reasons Lucha just mentioned.
Triple platinum Joe Hendry. He drops nothing but hits.
Facts. And he is now in great company with the 2022 winner of Matt Taven, 2021 winner of Non-Applicable, because no one was good on the mic, and 2020, there was no talking, I think, was the actual thing. I think we were both just like, what the... And then 2020 of All Ego, Ethan Page.
2021, I'm going to give it to the Good Brothers until someone tells me someone better.
Fair. I guess it was hard to do that when we were doing, that was the shows in the studio, so that makes sense, yeah. All right, let's do one more, and then we'll hit up the rest of the comments, and we'll do the last 4. So, drip of the year, New Gear Who Dis.
New Gear Who
Dis. Trinity taking that, and rightfully so, man. If not only my English, but you know what I mean. The Mexico tapings alone is what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, the Saban fit kind of quenched it for her.
Yeah, for sure. So drip of the year for her, she's in fitting company. 22 was Trey Miguel, 21 Chris Bay, and 2020 was Taya Valkyrie. Good votes. Shout out to the team, by the way, and to Twitter, everyone who voted for this. All right, let's get into the rest of the comments. We'll hit up the last 4 nonsensies. We'll keep this going. That was what we already did. Here we go. Demon Better 99. I think they should have kept whatever surprised guest signing announcement off of social media. That way people don't have giant expectations. I've already went over this.
Nah, we got to move tickets, baby.
Yeah, we got to move tickets. If
you got something big, drop that shit.
Also, the last time they teased something like this, we're talking about Anthem, by the way. Anthem has teased something like this. It was Trinity. So, I mean, they say to get your hopes up, and then they do succeed generally. So I'm going to take it the positive play on that.
And the Good Brothers.
And Deanna. That 2020, I think Millard talks about that at the end, but where we were getting all those videos. That's what it feels like again, man. AEW ratings have gone down the tournament combined with the lack of storylines. AEW, I think, just hit 900,000, so I'm going to skip that. Not really sure why they don't have Macklin and Swan on the main card. PCO Dango does not sound like a pay-per-view match. Glad they added Ultimate X to the card. Was needed, no doubt. We'll see what the card fills out, but it was definitely a positive. Rich and Macklin, yeah, you can make an argument for it, but 2 world champions in your first match in TNA, it's not too bad. I know in history they get to shine. It's a big first. Who we'll see first. I'm okay with it, but I can understand.
I'm okay with PCO and Dango being a pay-per-view match for the simple fact of someone is coming out that motherfucker at some point.
Yeah,
and that's kind of that's where you're gonna have to pop at.
Well, so, I'm not even dissecting the matches because this one goes into the card that is. We'll wait and see what the rest of them are before we make our assessment. But I think it's very interesting, and I'll sum it up to that, is that Macklin and Swan are first match, EY, Kaz, Eddie, and Myers second. What am I missing here? There's one more, right? Do I got it? Dreamer versus Macklin, or versus, not Macklin, versus Crazy Steve. So we're getting a lot of talent. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 main carders, generally speaking. Who's filling that? So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. We'll see. That's the more exciting part for me. And then you got a bunch of stuff here as far as bringing Hammerstone. I'd rather have Hammerstone. I still think Hammerstone comes. He had the MLW goodbye. It makes a lot of sense. He's been retweeting a lot of TNA stuff. Thanks to Millard for that tidbit. And then Dolph, not a fan of Dolph, the old dick zipper.
With the zip zap?
Man, look, I just don't know why you wouldn't be excited if he came through the door. You're going to get good matches. You're going to get someone who could hold down the fort. Is it going to be the guy who we just say, oh, here it is, like Alberto Del Rio, and here's the belt? No, I don't think so. But I don't think that's what he's about either. So if he's here to play and he wants to be part of the team, then please come. Please come. But I want to burn through a couple of these so we're not too long. Andrew C. Hey, welcome. I haven't seen that name. The pre-show is exclusive on TNA Plus. Oh, it's because I had no clue. But will be free. I think they're loading up the pre-show because it will be the first thing that fans will see in the new era of TNA. Makes sense. Thank you for that. For the enlightenment.
They're gonna. It's their last ditch effort to sell this shit.
Man, I'm saying it's hard to come up with. Well, for the most part, 220. Just let me just get on this train and jump on the train. So I get that, but you can get the monthly as well and do the pay-per-view or not.
Yeah, you can still buy the pay-per-view.
Oh, okay.
Like individually from what I'm saying.
So there you go. But either way,
it's just if it like how it adds up. I feel like if you do that, you're gonna end up paying more doing it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we did the math where it's like if you already buy the 4 pay-per-views, which we do anyways, you're already getting the old subscription for that $69.99 price or whatever. So it's worth it. But either way, the pre-show's free. Good to know. We move on. Brooklyn Bleak. I wouldn't mind a semi-crossover with Amazing Red's House of Glory. If that would mean Amazing Red, Low Key, or anybody else mostly associated with this organization coming back for TNA for a bit. I agree. We talked about Jay Lethal was brought up. Look, I like Jay, but if we're only going to have a couple spots on this roster for TNA guys, let's make it a Key or a Red who can, do some, I don't know. It'd be cool to see. We see Lethal every week, right?
Give me AMW too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100 on that. Yeah, I said that on the show too. They could come in and still do, you know what I mean? Like, not taken away from anyone else, still hold it down. But this is the part I'm excited to read because I think we got a LOL TNA watcher here. Plus, I'm really dying to see Low Key versus Speedball. Because that was one of our, and if not, don't tell us, Brooklyn Bleak. We're going to take it as a compliment. You watch that show. All right. 2 more. Chris Lett, our buddy again, seems to me Team Canada coming together in 2024. He's talking about Shawn Spears now being a free agent. Your thoughts on Shawn Spears, Lucha, and if he fits that Team Canada? Obviously, he's Canadian. So.
I mean, that's all you got to do to fit Team Canada is be Canadian, really.
Right.
Or Elix Skipper in WCW.
And Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah, and Major Guns. And Mike Awesome. Gold card, Mike Awesome.
Yes.
No, like when I saw this real shit, my first initial thought was, well, he's gonna be number 10 in the Royal Rumble. Because it's just too perfect. I
Yeah,
had zero thought of him in TNA.
same.
But if he shows up, cool. But I just know he's gonna be number 10 in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think there's a lot of people with the Royal Rumble coming up. I think Maven, that's why we haven't seen him either. I think I think he's gonna be in the Royal Rumble. Second Maven sighting. Check out his content; it's pretty cool. But Shawn Spears,
But if Scotty Too Hottie pull up, bro, I'm wilding out. Cause hell yeah, Scotty Too Hottie in this bitch.
Look, Shawn Spears, take it or leave it for me. I'm not a big Shawn Spears fan. Doesn't mean I don't think he's talented. Just he's another. He would be like a Trent Seven for me. All right, cool. He fills a thing. Maybe he's I don't know.
Travis 10, not Trent.
Oh, sorry, right.
Wrong number.
So, you're a bastard. But if that happens and he's part of Team Canada, cool. Obviously, he has some connection, the influence. Obviously, Pryor worked here as well, so maybe he has the insight to us. Maybe him and Kazarian type. I don't know. Maybe it's the Royal Rumble. That makes a lot of sense. I hope that's the case. But if he comes, cool. We'll see what he has to offer. But there are a lot of people like a Sheldon Jean or a Aiden Prince. Other people that I'd like to get.
Jack Price.
See? He's not Canadian, man. We went over this.
Oh, yeah.
He's a diamond in the rough. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Black diamonds in the rough. That's what we got. All right, last one. The alluded to, Millard ending us off. I love how we're getting more and more people either signing or coming into TNA. I can't remember when I was so excited for an upcoming pay-per-view as I am for this one. Maybe Slammiversary when we had all those released WWE wrestlers showing up a few years ago. That's what we were talking about.
Hold on. That Slammiversary, the one that people keep overlooking. That was when the Guns came back.
Right. Yep. And their music play, the Rascals Open Challenge. Right.
Yeah, and I cried.
I knew it was happening.
Man, tears.
It felt right. And now look where we're at. World champion and X Division champion. Maybe we'll get something like that. But he says, in my Osprey voice, hard to kill is going to be straight. Oh, fire, bruv. Is that bruv? I can't do it anymore. Bruv.
I don't have a voice.
I'm English, bruv. I remember saying that. Anyways, yeah, man, it is going to be straight fire, bruv. I'm excited for it. And just like the Ultimate X, if that's how they're going to, look, keep milking some things. Tell us an entrant into the Ultimate X. Tell us another match here and there. There's a lot of people on that, as we said before, on that 1 hour pre-show that are names that would be on our main card normally. So I'm interested to see who fills in those gaps. Lucha, if there's one person that's music's going to hit that is not in a TNA Impact roster page in the past whatever amount of years, who is it on January 13th?
Wait, say the question again?
It's a long-winded version of who do you think's showing up at Impact or Hard to Kill January 13th that we haven't seen in a very long time?
From TNA lore?
Just in general. Or maybe we've never seen him at all. Like, who is the big get? Who do you think it is at the end of the day?
I really feel like Mercedes is showing up.
Okay.
I feel like Ronda Rousey is going to be in the Ultimate X.
I think you're right.
I mean, it's beautiful. And Mustafa Ali.
That's someone, yeah. Maybe he joins Ultimate X. I don't know.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, wait. No. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. There's got to be. I'm just saying.
He can show up in the Steel Asylum.
There we go. I'm just saying there's so many open spots where I think someone could come in, even if it's not a Ultimate X, and say, I open channel. I think there's going to be stuff that just plays out on the show itself. And I'm excited for that. So I think there's going to be a lot of different people's music hit that we don't know, or it's a one-time thing, or it's a lot of time thing. And I think I don't know if it's Mercedes. I still think we get AJ.
Yeah, for sure.
I still think that's one of it.
Because why does Josh Alexander not have a match yet?
And why is the lone wolf coming back on WWE? Right? Is that he is?
And did you notice what the newest Gravitas Impact Wrestling movie release was? It was the Lone Wolf AJ.
Well, there you go. Interesting. Something I'll watch.
And again, it's 10 years and 4-ish days from his last match in TNA and Hard to Kill.
I will say, even though I won't be at Hard to Kill, that's pretty crazy stats. But we were there for when the music hit from Lone Wolf to Get Ready to Fly, and I will have that same reaction if it plays on January 13th. I'll go crazy. But I do think Hammerstone, I think Camille is a good watch. I think we're going to fill in the roster, solidify the roster first, and there will be that one big one, and then someone we borrow. So I think it's AJ. I want to say Mercedes where I'm leaning, but it could be Ziggler, or it could be none of these people. But.
I mean, Get Ready to Fly is great and all. You know what I'm saying? That's the jam. But I want I Am.
Oh, the original, yeah.
Version 2, not version 1.
Okay.
The one with the better beat.
With the Tron and him in a bandana.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anywho, let's knock out these nonsensies. We'll say goodbye. We said a short episode. It is not, but I hope you guys are enjoying. Make sure you like and subscribe and look out for the things that come out on this channel, including January 14th, our live show. How do I press play? There we go. Let's see. The next one up for nonsensies. We'll do kind of a drive-by with these. Is Elix Skipper Spot of the Year. Bully and Scott Flaming Table. Rightfully, I think that's a good. I mean, he went through a damn table that was on fire.
A flaming table.
A flaming table, nonetheless. Diener Kills EY was last year, followed before that, or whatever. Big LG and Joe Doring through the stage. 2020, we didn't have one.
Yeah, that was fire.
But good company nonetheless. We're going to move on to the next one, which should be Baby New Year. She won Person to Watch Out For in 2024 from Impact. Kylan King's winning our Baby New Year, who means she had a good 2023. She's going to have a great 2024. Now, I must say that Bhupinder and Willie Mack won Impact's version of this in the last few years, so we'll see what happens. But Kylan King, I think her destiny is set in stone. We'll see. But for us, Baby New Years have been Kylan now, Bailey in 22, Macklin in 21, and Chris Bay in 20. We hit it out of the park, at least. Damn,
yeah,
that's
a lot of them won belts.
That's impressive.
Wait, run through it again?
Kylan King, Mike Bailey, Steve Macklin, Chris Bay. Oh, speaking of Macklin.
They all won belts after we
crowned them. Next is Grinch of the Year. We did male and knockout this year because there's so much talent and everyone deserves to shine. And this year, Giselle Shaw and Steve Macklin take it. That's 2022. We had Bully Ray. In 2021, we had a knockout in male as well, Moose and Deanna, rightfully so. And then 2020, we had Sammy Callahan. So good company here for Grinch of the Year. Top heels of the year in the respected divisions. And then last but not least will be Santa's Little Helper. It's our faces of the year. And that goes to Trinity and Josh Alexander. Mike Bailey in 22, Eddie Edwards in 21, and Johnny the Man Swinger in 2020.
Beautiful.
But those are nonsensies. And for the useless fact of the night, although we dropped some, we have 2 5-time winners of the nonsensies. Chris Bay and Eddie Edwards. 2 5-time winners.
My best friend.
There you go. Followed by the 4-timer club, which is Mike Bailey, Steve Macklin, and Alex Shelley. And then we have a shit ton of 3-timers led by Deanna Trinity already. And Chris Sabin. Oh, and Joe Hendry.
You know, I look forward to 2024, Josh being the Grinch.
Same, my friend. What are you guys looking forward to? Hopefully it's more of us. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys. We really appreciate this, you watching this and hopefully having a good time. Safe, happy New Year's to you all. And look out for our show on January 14th, twitch.tv/TNAIW channel. Lucha, myself, Johnny, so the treehouse is there, and another guest, I imagine. Either way, guys.
AJ Styles.
Get ready to fly. That's what's going to happen. Oh, I forgot. My daughter got me an Impact Wrestling action figure, TNAIW Shark Boy.
Oh, Shell, yeah.
And when I unwrapped that, she was so happy. She picked it. It was a great moment. I'll bring it to the live review party on January 14th. There we go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Lucha, pleasure as always. Thank you for coming out. God bless and good night. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
And that's the fishing line, 'cause Shark Boy says so. you.